What's up, guys? How are we doing today? I got a question that I want to answer, and it's going to be a pretty hard question to answer, but bear with me while I read it because it's written a little bit choppy. He said, I've been training for years, on and off, and I'm 28 years old. I'm fucked up and depressed. He said, I have a bunch of muscle imbalances, and I can't afford a gym membership. All I've got are these 5-kilogram weights. And he asks, is it possible to regain muscle even though I've been going through years of bad eating habits and bad sleeping habits? And man, first off, this is the thing, guys, depression's a motherfucker. And a lot of people think like depression is just about being unhappy and it's just about, being sad. And if it were just that simple, we wouldn't have such a problem with it. You know, depression isn't really about being unhappy at all, and it's not being happy either. It's really about a feeling of emptiness and a feeling of being trapped. And all you've got around you is that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of, not having any emotion about anything, not enjoying anything, not being disgusted by anything. And so you begin to isolate yourself and you begin to paint yourself into a corner where you feel like you can't do anything to get out of it. And so when we look at a situation like this, and I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I just know what I've done in my past, because I've been in this situation many times before where I felt trapped in my own life, where I felt like there wasn't anything I could do. And I got to tell you, man, it starts with the simple things. It starts with the simple things. You want to do things like, one, when you wake up in the morning, make your bed, clean your room, go to the bathroom, shave, brush your teeth, get your hair all combed up. And what that does is it starts to instill a little bit of routine. After a while, get out there, go into your living room or go into your front yard or go outside and try meditating for a while. And what meditation is, a lot of people think it's like this complicated thing, but it's really a matter of just paying attention to your own breath, right? Closing your eyes and just sitting there and starting to count breaths off. And just focusing on that, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you start paying attention to just your breath, and thoughts might come in, right? You might have a negative thought come in, you might have a positive thought, you might get distracted by something, but don't let that keep you from doing it. The very act of trying is practice, and the more you keep practicing at it, the better you're going to get at it. So just start paying attention to that, right? Now, on to the fitness stuff, right? You got your morning routine, and you start doing that every morning. Now, the next thing is to start to try to get out of here, try to get out of that trap that's in your brain, and to start getting into your body, to start, trying to pull yourself out of that trap through physical activity. And so you just said, you can't afford a gym, and that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. You don't need a gym. You've got 2 5-kilogram dumbbells, right? So what I would do is, breaking everything down to its simplest part, first, just increase your physical activity. Start by getting outside and walking, right? Walk for a half hour each day, maybe an hour, right? Just get outside and start to feel the air on your skin and start to look around you, start to look at the trees, start to look at, the birds, the animals, the other people, right? And start to really, just try to be present. Don't worry about any thoughts, again, that are coming into your head. Don't worry about any of the negativity. Don't worry about anything else. Just try to breathe and look around, right? And that's the simplest thing you can do, to increase your physical activity. It's something human beings have been doing since we became human beings. We walk, right? Then if you want to add some difficulty, maybe you get a backpack, you put a few books in it, right? And you start walking around that way with a backpack on your back. You know, walk for a half hour, walk for an hour. Then if you want to increase the physical activity even more, take a couple of those 5-pound dumbbells you got with you, those 5-kilogram dumbbells you got with you, try walking around with those for a little bit. See how far you can get, you know, and each time try to increase your distance. And then what you can do is, you know, every 100, 200 meters, you know, maybe every half mile, you do a set of 10 burpees, right? And you do that and, you know, try to go as long as you can, try to do a half hour, an hour. And then, you know, maybe the next week, in addition to the burpees, you do 10 burpees and 10 push-ups every half mile, right? And then once you feel up to it and you feel like you built up your endurance enough, right, you get back and you start, you know, separating your weight training program and your conditioning program. And you start to incorporate things like, you know, you can do kettlebell swings with dumbbells. You can do shoulder presses. You can do floor presses. You can do dumbbell power cleans, all kinds of different things. And in fact, we have this free group. It's called the Warrior Soul of Goji. I'll put a link for it below, where we give out free workouts every day, right? And these workouts we have a gym workout and we have a non-gym workout. Guess what? Those workouts are for people who only have dumbbells or kettlebells, and they include calisthenics. And so you can definitely do that. And the goal at this point really shouldn't just be to try to build muscle. It should be, you know, to try to get your mind in a place where you are just focused on getting out there and doing some physical activity because it feels good, right? It's something that can actually start to get you to feel something. Because the problem with depression isn't that you're sad. It isn't that you're unhappy. It's not even that you're fucked up beyond repair. It's just that right now at this point in time, you're kind of numb. And so starting to feel things, whether they be physically or mentally, then that could start to train your body to start to feel again. And it could start to train your mind to start to feel again. And then, you know, eventually what might happen is that, hey, you know what? You might get sad. You might start crying or something like that. And if you do, then, you know, consider that an advancement. Because if you are feeling something, then you move to step up, right? You know, from there, we can start to look at other aspects of your life. If you can do this for a month straight, where you can get up, make your bed, you get outside, you do some physical activity. If you do that for a month straight, think about what else you can do in your life. You know, maybe you could start to pull yourself together. Maybe you can start to pick up a few books and start reading. Maybe you could start to learn something new. Maybe you can start to care enough about yourself and about some other things in your life that you're going to want to help other people, you know, and that's the biggest thing. You know, I think if we're searching for something, right, if we can't feel something, if we don't know where we fit in this life, the best thing to search for is how we can help others and how we can make an impact on others positively, right? And so maybe this brings an impetus in your life where you feel like you can actually be in a place where you can help others. And as to the question whether or not you can build muscle, yeah, of course you can build muscle. As far as, you know, just doing calisthenics, you look out there at YouTube and you look at guys like Frank Medrano, who has a lot of muscle on his body. You look at a lot of these calisthenics guys, and they have amazing physiques, and that's not out of your reach. You know, your body is your body. You don't have to pay money for it or anything like that. There's definitely activities out there that you can do that can help your body, but more importantly, help you get out of that hole that you're in, and that can help you to come back to the world. And that's the biggest thing. So I hope that helps. Like I said, that link for the free workouts is below. You know, God bless you, and I definitely wish you the best in going on this new adventure and opening up this new chapter in your life, because once you get out of that hole, I think that in many ways, the people who go through these types of things are also the people who can help a lot of people out there who need it. So that's my 2 cents, guys. I hope it was informative, and I hope it was helpful. And like I said, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a therapist, but this is something that's worked for me. And it's something that pulled me out of my own holes and helped me to wrestle with my own demons. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you all. Peace.